Hi, I'm Helen and welcome to class. Today we will work on lower body mobility, key for longevity and keeping moving for decades to come. We'll work in the front plane of the body, the side plane and the rotational, using dynamic movement as well as some seated postures. You may need a couple of blocks, and on a side note, there are no chaturangas in this class. See you on the mat. We'll start class today in a comfortable seat. Spine is tall, crown to the sky, and if it feels okay, you can close the windows of the eyes. When we take a moment to settle on our mat, connect with the earth, connect with the breath, it signals to the brain that we are safe. And when we're safe and we feel relaxed in the body, we're no longer bracing our muscles and our joints, and our yoga practice can be even more effective. Perhaps notice the parts of the body that are in contact with the earth, and the sensation may be on the tops of your feet or your lower legs. Send the breath there. And take one more breath and slowly open the eyes. We'll work on some spinal mobilization. Sitting in a cross-legged position, place the right hand beside you and sweep the left arm across the front of the body and lean over towards the right. Breathing into the sides of the ribs. Enjoying this side stretch. Then come to center and go over to the other side, keeping that right sit bone grounded. Lean into the left. You can be facing forward or looking down at your left hand. Anything that feels good for you. And return to neutral. Twisting over to the right side, bring the left hand outside the right knee. Looking over that right shoulder. Breathing into the twist. Then to center and over to the other side. We're only warming up here, so you don't have to go really deep. And then return to the center. Seated cat-cow. As you exhale, round the spine back, and as you inhale, the chest comes forward. Feel as if your pelvis is rocking around the tops of the femur bones. In time with your breath, exhaling as you round back into that cat spine, and inhaling as the chest comes forward. Waking up the spine, feeling the articulation, enjoying this movement. We'll do a few Sufi circles. Start to rotate in one direction as you sit here in this cross-legged position. Moving the upper body. You can hold on to the knees for a bit of leverage. Easy breathing. Working around that central axis. And then change the cross of the legs and we'll go the other way. You may notice one side feels a lot more natural than the other. That's totally normal. Enjoying the sensation. Noticing where you're feeling any tension. Enjoying the movement. And just sit for a moment. Breathe. And then when you're ready, make your way into a wide-legged child's pose. Knees as wide as the mat, big toes touch. Allow the belly to drape between the thighs. Arms extended in front, perhaps the third eye, in contact with the earth. Feel the lengthening of the spine here. Upper back is wide. Breathe in deep. and then gently come up to hands and knees. We'll work through some spinal rolls, child's pose into a cobra, and then reversing the movement as you inhale, come up to a cobra, round the spine, seat back to the heels, moving through a cat as you come forward, and then into a cobra. Once your forehead comes to the earth, reverse the movement, cobra to cat to child. Again, cat, cobra, flat to the floor, and then cobra, cat to child. And pause here for a moment in child's pose, arms extended in front, feeling the lengthening of the spine as you extend the arms forward. And then slowly coming up to hands and knees, tucking the toes, and we'll take our first downward facing dog. You can bend the knees and lift the tailbone to the sky, feeling the elongation of the spine. Maybe pedal out the feet. Whatever is feeling good in your body. Gently waking up the backs of the knees and the calves and the ankles. And then start to settle into a downward facing dog. Moving through some plank rolls, rolling forward to plank, holding for a moment. Straight arm strength, and then as you exhale, moving the hips back, using the strength of the belly, downward facing dog. Again, rolling forward to plank, shoulder blades are protracted, and then back to downward facing dog. Right leg lifts level with the hip, and then step forward between the hands into a low lunge. Come onto the fingertips and lengthen the spine. Back leg straight and strong. Maybe rock forward and back a little bit on that front foot. Plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Side B, left leg lifts to the sky. Step forward into a low lunge. Come onto the fingertips. Feel the strength in this pose. Then left leg steps back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts again, step forward to a low lunge. Plant the left hand and the right hand comes up to the sky for an easy twist. Stacking the shoulders. You can bring the back knee down to the floor if that feels better. Feeling the twist come from the mid-spine. Trying to keep the hips neutral. Hand comes down, step back, three-legged dog. Stepping forward again with the right foot, come into this low lunge. Open to a twist. Breathe here for a moment. Hand comes down, three-legged dog. Again, right foot steps up, low lunge twist. Hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog. Side B, left leg lifts, left foot steps up, low lunge, planting the right hand, lift the left arm up to the sky, easy twist. Trying to keep the hips neutral. Hand comes down, three-legged dog. Again, step forward, low lunge. Easy twist, left arm up to the sky. Hand comes down, back to three-legged dog. One more time, step forward with the left foot. Open into this easy twist. Hand comes down, step back, downward facing dog. Bring the knees down to the mat and we'll work on some outer hip rotation. Bring the right toes outside the right side of the mat so the knee is bent. Keeping the left toes tucked, sit back towards that left heel, feeling a stretch in that right hip. Arms are extended in front, then come back up. Sit back again, deep into that hip. Come back up. One more time, sitting back towards the left heel. And then come back up, and we'll swap sides. Left toes outside the left side of the mat. Right toes tucked. Sit the hips back to the heel. Feeling the stretch in that left outer hip. We come back up. Sit back again. Breathing deep. Come back up. One more time, sitting back into the hips, feeling the stretch, enjoying it. And then we come back up. Return to a tabletop position. And we go back to downward facing dog. Start to walk the feet to the center of the mat and we'll come into a forward fold. Clasping the elbows, knees can be bent as much as possible, releasing the neck. Allowing the belly to drape on the thighs. And take a look here at your feet. Make sure they're parallel to each other. The toes are spread wide. Getting a connection with the big toe mound, the little toe mound, and the heel. And if you like, you can straighten the legs. Belly is tucked inside. And then bend again. Straighten the legs. Belly is inside. And bend the knees again. Straighten. And if it feels good, you can sway gently from side to side, just allowing gravity to release the spine. And then when you're ready, hands come to the hips, come up with a tall spine, and we'll move to the front of the mat. Working on classical sun salutations. On an inhale, palms come up to the sky. As you exhale, forward fold, bringing the hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the right foot back. Right knee descends. Bring the hands above for a low lunge, Anjaneyasana asana. Exhale, hands plant. Step the left foot back to meet the right, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Then lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale to a baby cobra. Exhale, seat to heels. Downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Back knee descends. Anjaneyasana asana. Arms to the sky, low lunge. Then exhale, plant the hands, lift the back knee and step forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky, palms overhead, palms back to chest. Again, inhale, palms lift to the sky, full body stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee descends, Anjaneyasana asana. Exhale, plant the hands. Right foot steps back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. Lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps up between the hands. Right knee descends. Low lunge, arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands. Back knee lifts. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up to the sky. Tall mountain, palms to chest. One more round. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back. Right knee descends. Arms to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, lift the back knee, step back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale to a cobra. Exhale, seat to heels, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left knee descends. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, plant the hands, back knee lifts, step forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky, tall mountain. Exhale, palms to chest. Last time, inhale, palms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, left foot steps back, left knee descends. Anjaneya Asana. Exhale, plant the hands, back knee lifts, step back, downward facing dog. Plank, knees, chest and chin. Cobra. Seat to heels, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, right knee descends. Anjaneya Asana. Hands to the earth, step forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Palms to chest. Stand here a moment, reconnect. Palms at the heart. Connect with the feet on the earth. Big toe mound, little toe mound, and the heel. Solid connection to support you. And release. Inhale, palms lift to the sky. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step up between the hands. Lengthen out the spine into a low lunge. Breathe here. Pulling that right hip back. And then plant the left hand and open up to an easy twist. Bring the top hand down and we'll move into some hamstring slides, bringing the back knee down. You may use your blocks here and bring the seat back for half split. The foot is flexed and start to point and flex that right foot. This helps release the nerve that goes all the way down the back of the leg and can sometimes contribute to stiffness. And then come forward and back, sliding between a low lunge and half split. Breathing deep. Moving mindfully, observing the sensations in the back of the leg, and then plant the hands and step back, downward facing dog. Side B, left leg lifts to the sky, step up between the hands, low lunge, lengthen out the spine, then plant the right hand solidly on the earth and open into an easy twist towards the left side. Breathing deep, feeling the twist from the mid-back. Then exhale that hand down to the earth, back knee descends, and we'll move into this half split on this side, flexing the left foot, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. Then come forward into this low lunge and then move the hips back, working on these hamstring slides. Perhaps getting a little bit deeper each time as the body releases and the move becomes familiar in the limbs. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a free breath here. Then right leg lifts, step up between the hands. Lengthen into this low lunge. We'll move into pyramid pose, bringing the back foot in a little bit closer to the front foot. Blocks come in handy here. Pelvis is neutral. You can place your hand on your sacrum to check that you're not hitching up one hip. Lengthen in the spine, both legs straight and strong. Try not to collapse into that front knee. Use muscle engagement rather than collapsing onto the joint. You can have the blocks at any height, keeping the spine straight. Breathing deep, pulling back that right hip, allowing the left hip to come forward. Mind is quiet. And then slowly make your way up. We'll move into warrior 3. All the way in the right foot, point the left toes behind you, and then working on a principle of a seesaw, bring the front of the body forward, hips are neutral, back leg straight and strong, find a fixed gazing point, breathe, and then release back to a lunge, and then step back, downward facing dog. Side B, left leg to the sky, step up between the hands, starting in a low lunge, getting the length in the spine. And then moving that right foot closer to the front of the mat, moving into pyramid on this side. You can place the hand on the sacrum to check your hips are neutral, using blocks. Breathing long out of the spine. That right hip is, the left hip is going back and the right hip forward. Feeling a solid connection in both feet. Inner arches are active. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Always being mindful of the hamstrings. And then bring the hands to the waist. And we'll transition into warrior 3. All the weight starts to pour into that left foot. Hands are at the hips. You can bring them to the chest. And bring the body forward with the right leg behind, straight and strong. Toes pointing to the earth. Engage in the whole of the back body. Fixed gazing point. And then release back into a lunge. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a free breath here, reconnect. This time, left leg lifts to the sky. And as you exhale, we step up between the hands and we'll come into warrior 2. Get your stable base. The front heel intersects the back arch. Front knee over front ankle, arms to a T. Both hips are level with each other. Make sure the back hip isn't hitching up. Gazing point is the middle finger of the front hand. Breathe in deep. Then flip the front palm and come into reverse warrior. Ensuring that front knee stays bent. It has a tendency to straighten when we're not looking at it. Keeping the connection with the earth with all of those corners of the feet. Come back to warrior 2 and we'll move into side angle. So you may have the arm on the front leg, or you can use a block. I always practice with my arm inside the front leg. Some traditions it's outside. I just prefer it this way. You can do whatever feels good for your body. Gazing point is that hand that's reaching overhead. And when you're ready, come back to warrior 2. Plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Side B. Right leg lifts to the sky. Toes are facing downwards. Then step up, warrior 2. Start with your stable base. Arms come out to a T. Gazing point is the middle finger of the front hand. Front knee is bent over the ankle. Hips are level with each other. Spine is tall. Shoulders are relaxed. Breathing is equal. Solid connection with the ground. Then flip the front palm. Move into a reverse warrior. Again, making sure that front knee stays bent. Moving back up to warrior 2 and transitioning into side angle pose. Whatever version is good for your body. Elbow to the thigh. Use a block or hand can be directly on the floor. The more upright the upper body is, the more you'll be able to rotate open. And then when you're ready, come back up to Warrior Two. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Taking a breath, reconnecting. Then we move on, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps up between the hands, coming up into Warrior Two again. This strong pose, excellent for the lower body strength and isometric hold. And then flip the front palm, reverse warrior. And the transition will be into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Bring that right hand to the right hip. Block will come in handy here. All the weight starts to transition into that left foot. The left hand comes to a block or the earth, 6 to 12 inches in front of that left foot. Stacking the shoulders, back leg straight and strong with the foot flexed, toes pointing to the side. Making sure the standing foot is parallel with the sides, the long sides of the mat. Gaze can be anywhere that feels good in your neck. And then when you're ready, descend with grace back to Warrior Two. Hands plant, downward facing dog. Second side. Right leg lifts to the sky. Step up between the hands. Warrior Two. Getting a stable base. Spine is tall. Maybe a smile on your face. Then reverse into reverse warrior. Getting ready to transition into half moon pose, bringing the left hand to the left hip. Right hand comes to the floor, to a block. Pouring the weight into the right leg, straight and strong. Opening the pelvis to the side. Left leg straight and strong with the foot flexed. Stacking the shoulders. Spine is long. Breathing. Fixed gazing point always helps in these balances. And then when you're ready, we step back with grace to Warrior Two. Cartwheel the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. And bring the knees down to the earth, wide-legged child's pose. Reconnect with the breath. Reconnect with the body. Enjoy this brief pause. And then we return to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Step up between the hands. We'll come into a low lunge again. And then body comes up, high lunge. Bring the palms to the chest and rotate towards the left side for a prayer twist. Lengthening out the spine. Hips are neutral, twist is at the mid-back. Shoulders are wide. Breathing deep. Checking the connection with the earth. And then bring the hands down, bring the back knee in, and we'll sit back into a seated twist. That left foot is flat to the earth, a tall spine, and rotate round to the left. You can use that left arm as a kickstand, crown to the sky. Both sit bones are grounded on the earth. 3 corners of the foot. The left foot is grounded to the earth. And then rotate back to the center and we'll move into a twisted deer pose. The left shin is parallel to the front of the mat. and the right leg is behind. Your legs are in a 90-90 with the feet flexed. And twist over to the left side. You can stay with the hands on the earth. You can bring the elbows to blocks, or if it's available to you, you can bring the elbows to the floor. Spine is long. Breathing is even. Then gently make your way back up to a neutral position and step back into a downward facing dog. Second side. Right leg lifts to the sky. Step up into a high lunge. Palms come to the chest. Then we rotate around to the right for a prayer twist. Keeping the hips neutral, twist is in the spine. Palms to the center of the chest as much as you can. Breathing deep. You can always have the back knee down on the earth here if this is a little bit challenging. Then plant the hands and we'll come into that seated twist. The right foot crosses over the bent left leg. Spine is tall and we rotate around towards the right. Ensuring that right foot is planted. Breathing, lengthening the spine as you inhale and rotating as you exhale. Mind is calm. Shoulders are relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Enjoying this twist. They always feel so good. And then bring the right shin parallel to the front of the mat. The left leg moves back. Your legs form that 90-90 shape. Then rotate around to the right. And come into this twisted deer. Hands can be flat to the earth. You can descend forward with the elbows on a block, or you can even bring them to the earth. Start to surrender and melt, relaxing into the posture. Enjoying this feeling of bliss all over the body. Feeling safe on your mat. Relaxed breathing. Easy mind. And then when you're ready, come back up and we'll swing that back leg forward and come into a wide-legged position. Flex and point the feet a couple of times. You can always have the knees bent here if this is a bit challenging, or sit your glutes onto something that elevates them. And we'll work again on releasing the backs of the legs with this flexing and pointing. Then when you're ready, start to bring the body forward, keeping the spine straight. That is the goal. You can use a block to put your hands on. You can bring your elbows to the block. You can bring them to the floor. Lengthening out of the way. Sometimes I like to sway side to side a little bit here to get a bit more freedom. Even breath. Grounding the backs of the legs into the earth. Not worrying about how far forward you come. All that matters is that there is a sensation, and it's not one of pain. Breathing deep, then slowly come all the way back up. Bring the feet in and we'll move into bound angle pose. Spine is tall, feet are together, and lean forward out of the hip crease. You can sometimes use the elbows as a bit of leverage on the shins. Keeping the spine long though rather than rounding. You may not come forward that much. It takes a long time to open this pose up. Then gently release, and we'll move into a Janushirasana, bringing the right knee close into the chest and allow it to fall open to the side. Left leg is straight with the foot flexed, reaching out the spine and coming forward over that extended leg. If you have hold of the foot, press the fingers into the base of the big toe and grasp the outside of the foot. Keeping the leg active. Breathing. Gently come back up. Swapping sides. Left leg or the right leg is long. Left knee comes into the chest. Allow it to fall out to the side. And come over this extended leg. It's perfectly okay to have the hands on the shin. You don't need to grasp the foot. Keeping the spine long, descending into the posture. And then come back up. Release the left leg. Just curl into a little ball, hugging the knees in. Releasing the spine, connecting, breathing. Then when you're ready, gently release down onto the earth, bringing the knees into the chest. We'll come into a bridge pose. When you're ready, lift the hips up off the floor. Arms are flat to the earth, keeping the upper back wide. Feeling a release in the front of the hip here after those forward bends. Then gently release the hips down to the earth. Straighten the left leg on the floor. And bring the right knee into the chest, and move into a reclined twist. Keeping both shoulders glued to the earth. You can look out over that right shoulder. Then back to the midline. Release the right leg long on the floor. Bring the left knee into the chest. And then roll over towards the right side. Recline twist. Perhaps looking out over that left shoulder. Then back to the midline. Bring both knees into the chest. And then when you're ready, release them out. We move into final relaxation, Shavasana. Not one part of the body is touching another. Back of the neck is long with the chin slightly tucked. Fingers are curling towards the sky. Feel the support of the earth and let go. Start to move the fingers and toes, wiggling them, and then maybe stretching the arms overhead. And bring the knees in. And roll gently over onto your favourite side. Pause for a moment. And then when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, come back up to a comfortable seat. Just pause for a moment, reconnect. Bring the palms to the chest, raise them to the third eye, to the lips, and then back to the heart. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.